Hello YouTube and welcome to Synthetic Oil Info. My name is Tom Brown and in this video I want to talk about AMSOIL's Cold Flow Improver for diesel fuel and home heating fuel, which is basically the same thing. What this product does is goes into and it gets added with your diesel fuel, and first off you have to add it to the diesel fuel or home heating fuel before that fuel reaches the cloud point, which is the point at which that fuel starts to freeze. The water molecules in there start to freeze and the fuel gets cloudy. Cold Flow Improver will not thaw out cloudy or frozen fuel. AMSOIL does have another product that will do that, but this is not designed to thaw out frozen fuel. What this product is designed to do is to keep the fuel from getting to that point, so you have to add it to the fuel while the temperature is still high enough. So one of the things that this is really good at is reducing the amount of number one diesel fuel that you have to run in your vehicles. If you're not familiar with the difference between number one and number two diesel fuel, the vast majority of the time when you go to the fuel pump to get fuel, diesel fuel, you are buying number two diesel fuel. In the wintertime, especially in the northern states and in the colder climates, they will start selling number one diesel fuel, and it has been blended with kerosene to reduce the amount or reduce the temperature, lower the temperature at which that fuel starts to cloud or freeze. Because when that fuel clouds and freezes, then it starts to plug up your fuel filter and plug up your fuel lines on your vehicle, and then your engine won't run. And it is a big mess, especially when the fuel or when the temperature outside doesn't get back up high enough to thaw out the fuel. It can create a huge mess, a very expensive problem, and you basically have to pull the vehicle inside of a heated building and get it warmed back up so that that fuel can thaw out. If you treat that fuel with AMSOIL's Cold Flow Improver instead of using the number one diesel fuel, the problem with number one diesel fuel is that kerosene is not a good lubricant. It does a really good job of reducing the cloud point or lowering that cloud point, but it does not have the lubricity that regular number two diesel fuel does, and so it causes some wear inside your fuel system. And if you're not familiar, the diesel fuel itself lubricates the fuel system, the injectors, and the fuel pump. There are some newer vehicles out there now that have oil lubricated systems, but the vast majority of diesels on the market today, and even in those oil lubricated systems, the fuel still performs a lubricating function. So when you start running that number one diesel fuel, you do not have as high of a lubricity fuel in there, and it causes wear on your system. So by running a Cold Flow Improver, now the bottle that I'm showing you here is the slightly older bottle. They just made a change, and so in one of the next videos I'm going to talk about AMSOIL's diesel injector clean that has cold flow added to it. The new cold flow bottle, so let me put them up side by side here. The new cold flow bottle is going to look a lot like this bottle. It's just going to have slightly different wording on the front, but it'll be a black bottle with this type of picture on the front. So don't be surprised if you see some of this or order some of this and your Cold Flow Improver shows up in a black bottle. So back on the benefits of using this Cold Flow Improver. So it prevents the gelling, or helps prevent the gelling of fuel. If you get fuel cold enough, at some point it's still going to gel and freeze, and then you just have to keep adding more and more of a Cold Flow Improver type product to it to prevent that. But eventually you're going to get to the point where you get way down, way below zero. There will be a point where not even Cold Flow Improver can do that, but you probably aren't going to be outside operating your equipment at that point. Some of the other things it does is it disperses the water that's in the fuel to help control that icing and fuel plugging. And it can reduce the cold flow ability by up to 20 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. So It lowers that point at which the fuel will still flow. It also is going to enhance reliability in cold temperatures because the fuel is going to burn better. You're not going to have part of the fuel frozen and part of the fuel still flowing. You're going to have all of your fuel flowing like it should. And so your engines are going to start better and easier as well. That becomes a critical factor with these engines, is that the fact that if the fuel gets too cold, then they simply won't start. And so it reduces your downtime and your maintenance costs, because now instead of sitting in a heated garage somewhere trying to get the fuel lines thawed out, your vehicle is actually out on the road doing what you need it to do. So it works especially well with diesel fuel, petroleum diesel fuel. Not quite sure yet on how this works with bio. It shouldn't have any trouble with that, though. It should still work just fine with biodiesel. But like I said earlier in the video, you have to add this to the fuel before the temperature drops down to that cloud point. And the treatment rate is a 16-ounce bottle like this is going to treat 40 gallons. 2 ounces will treat 5 gallons. So that's going to be it today on the Cold Flow Improver. I will have a little red button right up here in the corner throughout this video that you've probably seen, where you can press that button and it'll take you to my website where you can order this product or look at all the other AMSOIL products. I will have a tiny link, tiny URL link down in the description down below that'll take you to the AMSOIL website directly to this product. And that way you can learn more about it and place your order right there. The other link that I have down there is if you want to become an AMSOIL preferred customer, and that will allow you to save anywhere from 20 to 25% on your orders from AMSOIL by becoming a preferred customer. And then AMSOIL will also ship those items straight to your door. So it really makes it handy. So take a look at that as well, and I encourage you, if you're going to spend more than $100 a year on the entire AMSOIL product line, including Agran fertilizer and Ultram nutritional supplements, to become a preferred customer. And also check out our other video about becoming an AMSOIL dealer as well, if you're interested in starting your own business and earning some money and participating in the selling of AMSOIL products to other people. So check us out there as well. That's it for right now. We hope to see you on another upcoming video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.